Well, hello, folks. I am back again with the Novum. The Novum. I wonder what Novum means. All this time, I've never thought to look it up. What Novum means. All right. Hello, everyone. I am back with some more Tuesday sound design stuff. It's gonna be another short one, but I'm giving myself an objective today. This time, as I hang on. Okay, that is that. That is actually. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Good. Wanted to make sure it was the right mic picking that up this time, and not any of the other ones. So, all right. The last few times that I've done this, I've had quite a bit of a chaotic time kind of trying to figure out exactly what I was going to be doing. I was kind of just like fiddling around and messing with some sounds, doing some basic design stuff and all of that. Not really hunkering down with a plan for what I was gonna do. Because the more I was using it, the more I was thinking, it's one thing to experiment, but what if I made something a bit more specific? Like, what if I had something that I could work towards? And so that's kind of what I want to do today. Um, I want to have a setup where I can just, be. Hang on a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. So I wish I had a list of the plan that I had in mind, but I do. Excuse me, I don't. I don't have that plan, but I'll tell you anyway because it's what we're gonna do. So what I have here is just a basic setup, but I'm going to do a couple of different sounds, I think. And I'm going to do one of them is going to be a bass sound, another one is going to be a pluck, another one's going to be something else, either keys or brass or something like that. And I'm going to try to make them in a way where they're going to be like usable, but also I want to be thorough. I don't just want to drop the samples in and mess around with a few settings and go, "Ooh, that sounds cool." I want to actually like get into designing the sound and getting them to, a place where I can say, "Oh yeah, that's definitely a finished sound. That's definitely something that I've designed and not just threw something at the wall and just hope it sounded good." So let me test something else. Can you hear that? Whoops, 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 whoops. I had two sources going on at once. That's not good. I'm just testing the loudness in here. Oh, yes. Okay. All right, there we go. We could do a little bit louder, maybe. Okay. All right, let's go and design this sound. Let's hear. All right, just auditioned a sample off out of the thing. I'm gonna put that here. Let's listen to it. Let's see what we get out of this. Of course, I'm also going to be listening to it with the settings that I had for this preset here. It's another cool thing about Novum is that you can have things like all of this set, and you just drop in a new sample and it'll just analyze the sample, but none of the other settings will change if you don't want them to, which is really cool. All right, let's go and change some things. Is everything... Let's link everything first. I want to see what I can get from linking everything first. Ooh, some interesting feedback there. Or, it's not really feedback, but a feedback-like sound. With all those different grains stacking on top of each other, it kind of sounds a little warped. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do that there. So, one thing that I'm curious about, I never looked into this, but I'm wondering if it's possible to control how many grains actually come out, because it seems like even with one note, that's a full, what was that, 24? I think it said 24 or 36 grains came out. That's quite a lot of grains, and this can actually sometimes get a little bit CPU heavy, so that is something that is not the greatest thing in the world. If we're doing, a lot of intensive stuff, it's not really something that you kind of want to deal with too much. Ooh, that's kind of nice. So I'm just wondering about that. Like now it's in the hundreds of grains. I'm not getting a lot of CPU on this, but it's something that if you have too much going on, it could be a bit overwhelming for whatever system you have. So there is that. Oops. My chair is trying to make a song too. Okay. All right, so let's go and check the ADSR. Is it too loud? I don't know. It might not be too loud. Okay. I think this should affect the filter too, I think. Maybe a little resonance, maybe? Yeah, it might be a little too much. Aw. Aw. Sounds a little... I don't know if that is cheating, actually. That sounds... It actually doesn't sound too great, too clean, you know? Okay, let me see. Ooh. Ooh. Let's turn that off. Because why not? Turn that off for a minute. I'm gonna try something random here. Do something like this. A little crazy like this, maybe. Hmm. Okay. I'm just trying to listen for like certain tonal elements that will sort of enhance the bassiness of it without it sounding a little too. Because I put over in synth, I put on synthify. Now synthify kind of distorts the sound, but it makes it a bit more like a synth. So whatever sound that you have in here, it kind of, in a way, it like forces it to sound a bit synthetic and less like whatever it might normally sound like if it sounds like any kind of like sound effect kind of thing. And uh, but when I had it on before I did all the envelopes editing, uh, there were some like stuttering kind of effects and things sounded a little out of tune, and it just wouldn't work. At least to my ears, it wouldn't have worked as like a bass or anything. I almost had a pluck out of it though, like here a little bit. So I'm gonna come back to this because I don't know what I'm to do with this. Maybe just keep it quiet. That's better. Okay, I don't know if I. All right, maybe it's not a strict bass sound. Ooh, it's getting kind of loud. Sorry. Sorry. That's getting a bit loud, isn't it? All right. Ooh. That is very strange indeed, but whoops. I kind of like where this is going now, but of course we can do a bit more with it. So I want to isolate the sounds that are like one note. Not that one. That one, maybe. Nope. Definitely not that one. This one. This one is the most like it's one note. Like it still has that fifth interval in there. Sounds like a transistor organ, actually. So this one. Hmm. Okay. I don't know if that quite worked the way I intended it. It doesn't really sound like it is, but. All right. How about this then? Hmm. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if this is gonna work. Hang on. Yeah, this might not work actually. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. So, what I'm gonna do here is I have a second ADSR, and this is only gonna be for the filter. It's the release, yeah, the release is lower than that. Okay, filter. Where are you? Where are you? You're here. That's right. Okay. Hmm. It kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. This kind of sucks. This is not a very happening sound. I don't think. Hang on. What if I were to? Hmm. Slope it already is. Yeah, I'm not getting much from that. But what if I were to do this? Hmm. Yeah, I think the problem here is the source sample was not the right one because it's just not really getting that. I don't know. I'm not really finding that bassy quality yet. I don't know. Okay, maybe instead of synthify, I use distortion. Nope, I already tried that. Never mind. I just remembered I already tried that. Dirt. Okay, how about this? I will set all of these. Nope, that's not going to work. My idea is not going to work. Ah, my idea is not going to work. Not with this sample, anyway. Oh, darn. Okay. Uh, let's see. It was that one, right? Actually, let me go in here again and see what I can get from that. Ooh. Wait a minute. Oh, I just fixed it. Ooh. Ooh, hang on. Okay. There we go. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I can feel it. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting somewhere. I keep forgetting about this thing right here. I think it's called the timbre flower is how Dawson refers to it. Yeah. So this flower, this little device right here, this little thing right here allows me to change little details about the sound that I have here in this slot. Saved it. Saved it. Yes. From something like this to this. I think it could work, honestly. All right, let me go back in here and maybe change this first one right here. All right, you know what? I think that's the sound. I think that's it. I think we're at a good point where I can go on to the next preset. And oh shoot, I don't have time for 3. I just have time for one more. Whoops, that's my bad. Well, all right. Let's go and work on that one then. Water break. Excuse me. Why is okay? I don't know why for some reason the cut icon is showing. Like I had the cut function open last. I don't think I did in any capacity with Logic open, but I don't know. All right, now what are we gonna do? Pluck or keys or brass or something. I don't know if I have a brass thing, but let's open up this randomly. Get some inspiration maybe from an old sound I made. All right. Let me go audition some sounds real quick. Let me listen to some of them and see what I've got. I'm just listening to some sounds to audition them before I put them into Novum. Whoa, that was loud. That was all sudden. Not that one. I think I already used that one. This one I didn't use. That one might be cool. Am I gonna do keys or brass? You know what I'm gonna do? I think the bass sound I just did was very brassy, so let's go for something different. Let's go for a keys sound. What was that other one I played? This one? Maybe we'll do this one. Okay. All right, let's check this one out. Did it transpose or did it not transpose? I actually don't know. It didn't, but I had it set to a different... There we go. Now we're going. Now we're working with something. Why is this? Is this really quiet to anyone else? Or is that just me? Bring that up. Yeah, that's kind of quiet. All right, so change some things around. Some pretty colors. Oh, also, look at that. I can show it this way. I think like an old sampler, the Fairlight CMI could do this. Could show you the spectrum like this when working with its sound. All right, let's bring it back. I realized that I was auditioning in C a lot, so I changed the key to D because I figured C can get kind of boring after a little while. Oh, I don't know why that popping is happening. Sorry if that's annoying plenty of your ears, but that's definitely jumping pretty high on my audio meter. It's a bit of a low end sound going on. Oh, look, it's Riddler's colors. Is it the starting point? That's this. Might be. Hmm. All right, let me turn off. Let me turn off the reverb real quick, both clouds and shimmer, just to hear. Not quite the key sound I was originally envisioning, because this is a bit more of an organ kind of thing, but I guess it kind of works. Oh, God, that's loud. I apologize. I think the effects kind of tamed the overall loudness of this. So, my bad. My bad, y'all. All right, so let's go back over here. All right, now let's focus on the grains a bit. Yeah, there's no way to get rid of that click at the beginning. It's kind of that's so weird and kind of annoying. Like, this is the closest I could get without it sounding like it's completely clipping. Maybe this also was not the right sample to use, but let's dive deeper. I said that the last time, and then I ended up figuring something out for the sound. So let's go into this kind of stuff. Change that so that's not, let's see. God. That is still so, ugh. I cannot believe that. There we go. I think that's better. at that point. Let's go over to the flower and change some things around. Ooh, that's interesting. That's doing something really weird to the stereo space. That's really weird. All right. Let's try this one. All right, yellow, 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 yellow. We're gonna make you green, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you could do with a bit more yellow, actually. Hmm. Hmm. I want to try something. I don't know if this is gonna work. I hope it is. I think it is. I hope it does. Nah. Of course it's not gonna work. That little bit at the beginning with the attack, like it still has to, I guess, fade into the sound when it starts. I don't know why. Ugh. Well, I tried. I tried with that. Hang on. Ooh, although it's kind of interesting in a different sort of weird way. Like the cotton candy look of the whole thing. What if I were to do something like this? Maybe that wasn't such a smart idea. Ooh, maybe this could work. Actually, maybe. Turn that off for a second. This has got to be longer. You know what? I'm gonna keep this one off. I'm gonna go in here and make this longer. Make that. I don't know if I'm. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to. I had that one. And the idea I wanted was kind of like a another kind of overtone type of sound, almost like what you might get with like tines, but do it a little differently, and have it just kind of sit on top of the rest of the sound. While the rest of the sound is kind of the basis for the whole key sound, I'll have this one be like the beginning, the attack part of the sound, but it's a little bit more bellish, a little bell like, bellend, bellend type of stuff. Adds a little bit of a shimmer, a little glitter to it, something like that. So now I'm gonna go to this one, change timbre. Okay. Okay. Ooh, this one actually would work for that too. Only thing is, actually, you know what? I like that. Mm-hmm. I think it works. Somewhat. Nah. That one, though, doesn't. And the last one shall be what? What does the purple one say? How does the purple one sang? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I feel like kind of got my bases covered with this, with everything else that I did with this sound so far. Like it's not. I don't know. I don't think it's that much. There's much really to do with it because usually when you put a sample in here and it separates them out into these 6 slots, they tend to take up like different sort of frequency ranges, and most of this sound ended up being like the same sound in all 6 slots. So there's not much to work with, but I think that definitely is an example of me not using the best sample to begin with. But anyway, anyway, I think that's about as quiet as I'm gonna let it get, and I'm not gonna use this noisy part because that is just not gonna work. And I think I'm gonna turn the effects on, see what that does. The last thing I'm going to do is to extend this out. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, you know what? I think for the next time I do this, I'm gonna have some better samples to work with. I'm gonna try and record some, put them in there, some usual, conventional sounds, but also some other esoteric kind of experimental sound designy type sounds as well. Managed to make the bass work. Did not manage to get the keys work the way I wanted them to, but I have to find a better sample to do that. So that I managed to get at least two done. Managed to get at least two done while actually like working within them and actually fixing them to what I wanted them to be, instead of just dropping in a sample and hoping for the best. Sometimes there's a time and place for that, and I figured that I was out of that time and out of that place, which is why I did things a little bit more with a plan this time around. And so that is that. That was Novum. That was day 4 in Novum. Yeah, I there will be many more days, either here or elsewhere, in something else that I'm gonna use and do some sound programming in. But yeah, that was it for this Tuesday night. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, go off and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. I'm gonna hop off, do some prep for the next time I do this, and do some prep for some other stuff. And hopefully next time will be just as fruitful. Actually, hopefully it'll be a little bit more fruitful than this time. But yeah, that's really all I've got. So thanks for popping in. Thanks for stopping by. If you saw it, welcome. Thank you. And as always, folks, have yourselves a lovely good night. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. I'm gonna play with Saturday to get out. I'm not, actually. Just a little bit more of this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. 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 Oh, yes.